Also, a family is living in fear after their home was shot up, and the group keeps coming back. Thanks for joining us online at 5, everyone. Tonight, that family has a clear message to the people terrorizing them. You have the wrong house.
And this comes after the home on Dale Street was shot up a week ago. And then they come back multiple times. Our Priya man spoke to the grandmother today as police work to find the people who keep doing this.
Mia Banks was asleep with her 3 grandbabies when a group of men ran up onto her driveway and opened fire.
It sounded like a bomb, like bombs, like the house was tumbling down.
While her house was being shot up, Mia Banks says she was focused on protecting her grandchildren.
I just laid there still. My grandbaby was laying on the side of me, and I said, just lay down, don't move.
Her other 2 grandbabies were in a room across the hall. She says she panicked when the alarm went off.
I thought they were in my house because of the alarm system going off. And as I lay there, I holler out for my other grandbaby across the hall. And I say, y'all come in here.
3 girls, 2 just 7 years old, and a young teen hid with their grandmother as she yelled for a neighbor to call police.
I'm like, help me, please help me. They just shot my house up and my grandkids is in here. And I opened the window to let them out the window, but they were scared to go out.
Detroit police got there within minutes, but it was afterward when she watched the Ring doorbell video. She realized the gravity of what had happened.
It was ridiculous.
So much to unpack here. So much to unpack. Just shooting up houses, the first one. Like, they don't care who they hit. They don't care who gets hit. Just shooting up the house. Whoever gets hit, gets hit. This is common. And look at, they do this a lot. You know they do this a lot because you're from the stand. But those of you who aren't from the stand, they do this like this is part of life in some of these neighborhoods. But this is also like a common thing. Like these young, like they do this. They shoot up houses. And then they come back and keep coming back and keep coming back. And nothing can be done about it because they're oppressed. And the systematic institutions are holding them down. But they seem pretty free to me. Like, I'd be nervous carrying a gun. Just carrying just in my car. Taking a gun from my car to the house. These guys, they'll shoot up a house. Oh, it's the wrong house. That's how active they are. That's the show of activity, that they're doing so much shooting that they're shooting up the wrong house on multiple occasions. That's how active they are. Now, you know they're shooting up the right house a lot of times. You know they're shooting up, people they see, on foot and cars and stuff like that. But this house just happens to be the wrong house. They've been there about 3 times in the last week. Just this one crew, and this is just one group of guys. And the city's probably got, 1,000 groups of guys like this? Thousand, depending on the size of the city, 2,000. But everybody's oppressed and need money and need something from the system, and the system failed them, and it ain't their fault. Somebody else's fault. This just, to me, what I got out of this is the activity level. How active and how much they're doing. To where they got time to shoot up the wrong house 3 times and just you know. They don't know, like, they don't know. They probably learned something from this. If one of them see this video, they're like, oh, that's the wrong house. Oh, which one? Which house is that? They probably don't even know which house this is. Even if they saw this, they wouldn't know. Which house? Which house is that? They just shooting, running around the city shooting. And if they were rappers, Angela Yee would be interviewing them on the Breakfast Club. This would not hold them back. In no way, shape, or form does this type of activity hold them back from anything, unless they get caught. And unless they get prosecuted and convicted. That's the only way that this can affect them.
My grandkids is in here. Now open the window to let them out the window, but they were scared to go out.
Detroit police got there within minutes, but it was after work when she watched the Ring doorbell video. She realized the gravity of what had happened.
It was ridiculous. When I actually watched the video and heard just how it was going down, I was terrified.
This was June 4th. A few days later, another young man walked up to their front door and rang the bell.
As soon as he rung the doorbell, he steps down and he stands on the pavement. The whole time he's on the phone like he talking on a speaker like.
She says they have the wrong house.
They looking for somebody they think live here. They gotta be. Whoever you are, just stop coming here. Stop. I don't know who you looking for.
Does this young man look oppressed? Does he look like the systems and institutions are holding him back? Just brazen, like. Also, this video also talks shit. What I get from this video is also the brazenness, the cavalier. Just come. You think he don't know what a Ring doorbell look like? You don't care. You don't care. How many of y'all would just shoot up a house and just come back a few days later and ring on the doorbell? Obviously packing, and if somebody came to the door, but I mean, like, just go back over there. Most of y'all wouldn't even, if y'all had the courage to do that, or the idiocy to do that, y'all would never go past that scene again. Walk up, and ring on the door, same place they just shot up. Just, hopefully somebody open the door so I can blow their brains out as soon as they open the door. But this is a good advertisement for Ring doorbell. I can tell you that much. This is a hell of an advertisement for Ring doorbell. Look how brazen they are. I don't care. No big deal. Not sneaking around. Not, not, all right, it's hot over there. Nah, it ain't hot. We just go back over there.
Whoever you are, just stop coming here. Stop. I don't know who you looking for here, but they not here. And we not here no more.
Yeah, the family has boarded up the remaining windows. They plan to sell the home. They haven't spent a night there since the first shooting, but they've been keeping track of what's happening around the house with their security system. They say the same group of men have been back to the home 2 more times since that shooting last week. Detroit police are investigating. Reporting live tonight, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
So, Priya, had they seen those guys in the area before?
Yeah, They hadn't really seen this group before the shooting, and now they're seeing them far too much. They actually feel like their home is under some sort of surveillance. They're urging these men to stop coming to the home. They say whoever they think lives there doesn't live there. And again, this grandmother and her 3 grandchildren are now living at a relative's home. They're just so scared. Send it back to you.
Yeah, okay. Bria, thank you.
So much transpiring over the weekend, and really this Father's Day weekend marred by violence on top of today's incident in the last hour. Now with over a dozen shootings in the Houston area, at least 5 people were killed over the weekend. Take a look at this map now. 16 shootings all over town, and this was just this weekend. There were more overnight.
Some days, man, I ain't even gonna lie, man. It gets overwhelming because this is one city. One weekend in one city. And almost all of these people are sun people. A negligible amount of them aren't sun people. But the majority of these people are sun people. People of the sun. And if you were to take this map like Google Maps and like pan out and see all the other cities surrounding there, and they had the same little bullet points for each shooting, all those would be sun people. Then if you pan outside of Texas and Oklahoma and Louisiana, especially Louisiana, all those people would be sun people. Hand out some more and it would just be dot upon dot upon dot just for the weekend. If this is what is this? Well, 16 dots here just for the weekend. Imagine what it is throughout the entire Blackistan, throughout all of Blackistan, throughout all of the country. It's probably 16,000 dots. Now these are just shootings. These aren't fatalities. Only 5 people died in these 16 shootings. But look how much is going on, man. Just something about today, the activity level is just getting me, like how much the scope is just shocking me, because it's like, and I know where I'm at. I got the little scanner, and I'm like, I got the Twitter scanner. It's just like, oh my God, like, yikes. And they putting up and a guy from this town who did a 5-year prison sentence for armed robbery moved to Minneapolis and was getting arrested and died while he was being arrested. And he's getting statues all over the place. Meanwhile, in the city where he's from, this is what's going on.
16 shootings all over town, and this was just this weekend. There were more overnight.
Jason Miles has been talking with Houston Crime Stoppers about the type of crimes connected to the shootings and what they want the public to know. Jason.
Hey there, guys. Yeah, one of the deadly shootings that happened over the weekend happened under the Pierce Elevated here between Midtown and downtown, when police say innocent bystanders got in the middle of some sort of dispute where folks had guns and started firing them. And we know a lot of these shootings kind of run together for the folks at home often, but victims advocates say no matter where this stuff happens, it should be everyone's concern. A young woman frantically seeks help as gunfire goes off in the background. A person died and 2 others were injured in what's described as an ambush-style attack in Spring. one of more than a dozen shootings, including drive-by and domestic violence incidents that left a number of people dead this weekend.
It's almost like another pandemic on top of a pandemic.
Just days after multiple area law enforcement agencies addressed concerns during a crime summit.
It's the police chief, man. And I hope you sisters don't think that I'm hating on y'all. I would like to see if crime was down and things were going well. And listen, I gotta give sisters a little break on this with the police chief stuff. The police have been under attack. It's virtually impossible for them to do their jobs. So let me ease up on these sisters. But my main thing why I always, highlight this is because it's just like, I thought this was a racist country. I thought the policing was a racist, the slave, just everywhere we go, like, we could do it on a podunk town out in the middle of the huge metropolis with 2 million people. It doesn't matter. If you were a betting person, you'd bet that the police chief there was a sister.
Another pandemic on top of a pandemic.
Just days after multiple area law enforcement agencies addressed concerns during a crime summit.
These are unbelievable times for Houston and Harris County.
Crime Stoppers of Houston CEO Rania Mancorias says past years may have had more murders or certain types of crime, but the brazenness of many recent attacks is what stands out to her.
The targeting of families, the waiting for people to come home and then rushing in to commit a crime.
Crime Stoppers recently started hosting community meetings, sometimes in victims' homes, to share information and resources.
And as an organization, to be very honest with you, we have never been as busy as we are now.
Part of the mission is educating the public on the different agencies or political offices that have a hand in fighting crime and or the criminal justice process.
We respect all of our elected officials. We're so lucky to have the people here who are here serving. But the community is frustrated. The community is tired. And the community is now scared.
Mancorias says the community, whether it be Bel Air or Baytown, Sunnyside or Spring, has a role to play in ending the violence that seems to go up on the weekends. And this community meeting effort is in addition to all the personal protection advice that Crime Stoppers and other agencies gives out, like being aware of your surroundings, making sure you're cognizant if someone might be following you home from a restaurant or, say, a shopping center. Don't look down at your phone while you're walking through a parking lot, things like that. There's a lot more information on all that stuff on khou.com. Meantime, call Crime Stoppers with any information on any of these shootings from over the weekend.
Now, just to set the record straight, that woman that I showed you earlier, she's not the police chief of Houston. She's the police chief of a neighboring city that was meeting there. However, this is the police chief of Houston. Troy Finner. So, just wanted to clear that up because I know some of y'all might get in the comment section like, that's not the police chief of I know she's the police chief of a neighboring city. This is the police chief of Houston.